Hi everyone, my name is Rudolph Gumo. Currently I am a third year student at the University of Goroka, taking Bachelor of Applied Science Education. This year will be my third year of study at the university. I will be doing a presentation about my course. It is EDY 2313, Managing Behavior in Schools. In this presentation, I will be talking about a negative behavior or attitude that has been happening in UOG and strategies and ways in which we can improve and hopefully eradicate that behavior. The title of this presentation I have titled as Speaking of Local Vernacular in UOG School Campus. Alright, brief information about UOG. The University of Goroka is one of the tertiary institutions in Papua New Guinea, located in the heart of Eastern Highlands Province in Goroka District. The university has been established in the year 1965, initially as a college, and then in the year 1997 it became a university, recognized university. Currently this year it will be the 60th year as an institution, academic institution in Papua New Guinea. That information is according to Unico Consultancy Limited 2007. Alright, brief information about the diversity of student population. The institution accepts both school leaver and non-school leaver students from all across Papua New Guinea, even to the Pacific Islands, and also some overseas students who wish to apply. In the University of Goroka, it accepts students all across Papua New Guinea, which means that there is a blend of different cultures and different languages. Papua New Guinea, of course, is a country that has 800 plus languages, and it is the most culturally diverse country in the world. And that means students who are attending university, there is a blend of culture and blend of languages in the university. Therefore, one of the common language in which students speak in order to communicate and get the education and get the degree is English. English is the main mode of communication. Alright, the university, it produces mainly teachers and some content graduates from different faculties and schools. Brief information and description about the behavior problem that I have seen in the university is PNG, as we discussed already. It is a country known for the largest languages in the world, 800 plus languages and many diverse cultures. And with these diverse cultures and languages, I have seen that many students from the same district and province attending the university, they tend to speak in the local vernaculars when communicating with each other in the university school campus. While it is good to uphold our cultural traditions and pay homage to our cultural heritage as stated in our pledge, speaking in an academic institution, it is unprofessional and it can deteriorate the integrity of the institution that we are attending. So I have seen this behavior during when students are in the lecture rooms discussing. They do it in the local vernacular. When students are in the library doing their work, they speak in the local vernacular. When students are also in the dining hall having the meal or so, they do it in the local vernacular. And it's good to speak our local vernacular, but when it is done in the campus of the university, it is considered a bad behavior. Outside of the campus of the university, it can be spoken, but in the campus of the university, it is considered a bad behavior. So I will talk about the three impacts and effects of this bad behavior that I have identified. The first one is that it destroys the integrity of the institution. As a professional institution, an academic institution, the university, it promotes the speaking of the English language. Not by law, but it encourages students to speak in English at all times because it is the main mode of communication towards lecturers and towards students. And when writing academic papers, it is only done exclusively in English. And when students speak in the local vernacular, this paints a bad picture about the university, and it makes the university feel like it's in a village or it's in a primary school. And this is something that is not good because it diminishes the reputation of this precious institution that we are attending. The second thing that I have identified is that speaking of local vernacular, it makes students to write poor English and speak poor English as well. Miss Helen Wetunawa, a senior lecturer with the Language and Literature Division at the University of Goroka, in her book titled The Decline of the Standard of English in Schools and Universities in Papua New Guinea. She provides an analysis of the common problems faced among university students, including UOG, and in a survey in 2009 that she did with 3 Bachelor of Education pre-service language and literature students, she found out that 95% of respondents agreed that the standard of English in university has fallen dramatically. And there was a significant problem with 50% of students facing problems with pronunciation, including wrong words stress, with 39% of students in problem with vocabulary, and with 20% of students having problem with talk quizzing, and 28% of students are having problem with the vernacular. 28% of students are having problem because they are always speaking the local vernacular. And when speaking the local vernacular, it affects the vocabulary and it affects the grammar and also the English writing as well. The third thing that I have identified that the speaking of local vernacular has affected UOG, the school, is noise pollution. You could be speaking with someone from your same district in your local vernacular, having a very meaningful and very deep conversation about student life and about your academic work and all those. But to a bystander standing beside you who does not know your language, it is disturbing and it is noise pollution. So it can be annoying to the students and it can disturb the other students and also irritate some other students. I have heard this from some lecturers, and I have even heard this from some students, that when people speak in the local vernacular, it becomes a bit irritating and annoying to the ears. And these are the 3 problems that I have identified. It is good that we pay homage to our cultural heritage, which is the source of our strength, as stated in our country's national pledge. But in an academic institution, we must abide by the school policy and uphold the speaking of English and do away with our local vernacular. Strategies to change the behavior with the approaches. Dr. Matthew Landu, which is the Pro-Vice Chancellor, Academic Research and Innovation at UOG, with a team of English specialists from the Language and Literature Division, have been tasked by the university to develop and run programs for remedial English and English enrichment for all students. So they have rolled this out beginning, I believe, by 2023 and upwards. They have introduced a program to all the first year students, a compulsory program known as U101 or U100, which is academic writing in English. So these programs were developed by the university as a behavior control mechanism to do positive reinforcement and encourage students to speak English, and thus try to reduce the speaking of local vernacular and try to reduce the speaking of pidgin. So this has been implemented and it is currently being implemented in the university to make students to speak more English and lesser focus on the local vernaculars. And this is something that, and I quote Dr. Matthew Landu, says that trying to fix the crooked trees. So he says students come from all types of institutions, all types of schools in grade 12 to university. So by doing this, they try to fix the academic English speaking of students. And these are the strategies that the university is currently undertaking to control the speaking of local vernacular. And one of the strategies that I would propose is that the university would at least put some restriction on students speaking with the local vernacular in the university campus. Outside of the campus, they can speak as much as they want, but in the university campus, they must at least respect the institution. To summarize our discussion, university is an institution that produces teachers, and teachers are the ones who will go out and educate the next generation that are upcoming, and it is known as the nation builder. And for students, teachers to be who are attending University of Goroka, they must learn to speak good English so that when they go out, they will teach in good English, and it is only through the English language that we get our knowledge from. And according to research, many of the graduates have poor English, and this has become a big problem, and We can see the introduction of phonics schools popping up everywhere just to counter this problem. But I believe in the university, if we do away with speaking of vernacular, especially in the school campus, then I believe we can make a difference, change its behavior, and produce quality graduates. With that, thank you for watching, and this will be the end of my presentation. Thank you.